Welcome back to another episode of Science Facts with Kimmy the Kimmy. Today we're going to talk about a very essential mixture in chemistry. But first, let's check in with our audience to test their knowledge on the subject matter.
They all taste good?
Not exactly. Milk, butter, and moisturizers are all emulsions.
What's an emulsion?
Great question. Let me show you. Emulsions are stabilized mixtures of two liquids that are typically immiscible when mixed together. For instance, I'm sure many of us were told that water and oil do not mix. This occurs because water contains polar molecules and oil contains nonpolar molecules that are not attracted to one another. Because of the difference in polarity, the two liquids form two separate layers as seen in the video to your right. However, if you wish to avoid phase separation, you can use emulsion signs to form one visible layer. This is done by dispersing fine droplets of one liquid into another. Now, there are two primary types of emulsion. The first is oil and water dispersion, where fine droplets of oil are dispersed in a continuous phase of water, and while water and oil dispersions, where water droplets are dispersed in a continuous phase of oil. Milk is an example of an oil and water emulsion, and butter is an example of a water and oil emulsion. Now, if you want to stabilize your emulsion, you'll need an emulsifier, also called a surfactant. Emulsifiers have amphiphilic character, meaning they have polar hydrophilic heads and nonpolar hydrophobic tails. The polar head will interact with the polar liquid, and frequently the polar head resembles an acidic group such as carboxylic, sulfuric, or sulfonic acid. The nonpolar tail will interact with the nonpolar liquid. The emulsifier's ability to interact with the polar and nonpolar molecules will help stabilize the emulsion in place. Now, another critical factor for producing emulsions is selecting a suitable emulsifier. In 1949, William C. Griffin developed the HLB system to classify the behavior of surfactants. The scale ranges from 1 to 20, with 3 to 8 being water and oil emulsifiers, and about 8 to 16 being oil and water emulsifying agents. If you want a thermodynamically stable emulsion, it sometimes requires mixing different emulsifiers to get the right mix. Emulsions are essential for many industries such as food, chemicals, cosmetics, and pharmaceuticals. Some common emulsions include vinaigrettes, lotion, milk, cod liver oil, mayonnaise, and epoxy resins.
Wow, emulsions are so important.
Yes, they are. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Science Facts.